Take a look at this sculpted sink here, made of porcelain tile. It's really cool how this is made, and I'll show you today. The first thing is to choose the right piece, to pick a good material that can be used for this kind of work. I spent the whole day at the porcelain sink factory, and I'm going to show you everything here. Today, a sculpted sink, one of the hardest to make and also among the most beautiful. Everything is marked and done down to the millimeter to be perfect, man. Every detail needs to have the exact size to work. And then we cut using this big tool here called a scorer. Next, trim the edges and remove the sides and corners with the grinder. Set it at an angle and start removing them. And it ends up looking like this. Look, there's one almost ready here. This one isn't sculpted, but just look at its details. Check it out. She fitted that stainless steel sink there, but in our case, we're going to make the sink using porcelain tile as well. All this work here was done by VKR Porcelanataria. I spent the whole day there filming them, and their work is flawless. Don't forget to follow their profile. I'll leave it here. Check it out. If you're interested, if you're from the state of Espiritu Santo and want to place an order, it's really worth it. All porcelain pieces need to be beveled so that the finish is perfect. And this is done by hand, man. As incredible as it may seem, it turns out perfect, but it's done by hand. It's not a machine that does this. It's not a production line. No, it's simply a person with a tool in their hand, and it becomes a unique piece. That's what makes this type of sink you put in your house stand out. If you want to create something unique for yourself, for your kitchen, this is how you do it. Here, he had already glued one of the sides so you can get an idea of how it is. But I'll show you in detail how this is done, man. So that this here stays perfectly at 90 degrees and you can't see any gaps. He needs to mix some putty there. We call it plastic putty. It's the same stuff used to fix cars. When it's rotten or broken there, they patch it up with this putty. It's a very strong putty and it really sticks everything together well. You also need to apply it quickly since it dries fast. And then you apply it there, look, on the chip piece, and we're going to apply it there too, on the main piece, on the big square. And then you apply it on both sides there too and put it in place. We're going to use some tape, and that's what's going to hold it in place until it dries. It dries really fast. But of course, you need to check it carefully with the square to make sure it's at 90 degrees. Also remove any excess, because if it hardens, it'll be much harder to remove later. Look how it turns out, the finished pieces later, man. And right there in the middle, there's a hole where the drain will go. You need a base so the drain sits inside and water flows through, preventing a puddle, right? Look, it fits perfectly. It's handmade and still comes out perfect. And then you take that cover we made. It takes a lot of work to make that, You put it in place and there are these little screens. And those screens are what give the piece its strength, so it doesn't crack. Then you apply a bit more plastic filler there. Keep applying it so it doesn't come off in any way. And then you also need to finish it on the inside, reinforce it on the inside with a few more plates so it becomes really strong. Man, this works perfectly. You can make it any size or model you want. And it looks really nice if you want to make a unique sink in your house. Just look at the final result. It's really worth it, man. Seriously, this is awesome. And I've already posted a video showing the one I made for the bathroom. It turned out really cool too. Check it out there and visit VK Porcelanataria's profile. They have several projects, a lot of things like this there. You'll enjoy watching their videos.